Let's have a look at using the iOS and Android skins that come packaged with Apache Flex. Normally, how these are used is you're able to actually, run your Flex project on a device, so either an Android device or an iOS device, and you would see the skin for iOS or the skin for Android, depending upon which type of device you have and that you're running the application on. It kind of does that automatically for you. But inside of the Air simulator, so here I'm using IntelliJ IDEA, but the same thing would happen in something like Flash Builder. If I run this, we can see that the normal Apache Flex default mobile skins actually apply right here. So, even though this is emulating an iPhone, we're not getting those skins. So if you look over at the Apache Flex wiki, to find this, you can just find it off of the Apache Flex website, or you can just Google Apache Flex wiki and you will find it. Basically, this is under Guides and Reference, and it's called Using iOS and Android Skins. So it explains here that the simulator doesn't know what type of device we actually have, so it really doesn't know to use the skins. So basically what you have to do is add an additional compiler option to use either of these skins. So if you're emulating an iOS, you can do this one. And if you're emulating Android, you would use this one. If you just want to use the legacy mobile theme, so the one that we see when we run it in the simulator anyway, if you want to use that, you can use this compiler directive here. But what we would do, since I'm emulating an iPhone here, and that is set in my configuration, so I edit my build configuration here, and we can see that I am emulating on an Apple iPhone. So because I'm doing iPhone, I'm going to go into my project structure, and under modules, I'm going to choose the specific module I want this to apply to, and then choose compiler options. So here in compiler options, like way down at the bottom here, we get additional compiler options. And this is going to, of course, differ from IDE to IDE. But basically, we're able to then just paste that in there, just like that. And hit OK. You can also just paste it in here too. That also works. We'll apply and hit OK. So now when we run this, it should use the iOS specific skins. Alright, so here we go. So now we have the skins particular to iOS right here, and we're able to interact with our application. The functionality is all the same. We didn't have to make any sort of code changes, but we do get these iOS 7 skins here. And as I mentioned, we can do the same thing for Android. So to do that, I'm going to go back into my edit configuration here. And instead of Apple iPhone, I'm going to do like a Google Nexus 1 and hit OK. So that's an Android device. And then I'll have to go into here and copy my Android override. Go back into project settings. And just kind of paste in that new directive there. Hit OK. And let's compile it for Android now. And let's just rotate this because it's a little bigger than my screen. So you'll notice for sure this is looks different than the normal skins, and everything still works just great. So, like I said before, you don't actually have to do this when you're compiling for the device, because it'll be able to detect whether you're on iOS or Android, and it's going to apply the correct skins. This only really needs to be done if you want to be able to test those skins inside of the Air simulator.